Hey guys, welcome back to the Devine Witch. So today I'm going to talk to you about the garden. How's it doing? You guys are going to get to see that. Now I'm going to go over some things later in the video to kind of tell you what else we're going to be doing, what you guys didn't see in the video, and all that fun jazz. But let's go ahead and get into the garden. Okay, so if you guys look here, those are actually the red onions that you see sprouting up everywhere. Behind that is the actual blackberries. And they haven't really started doing anything. Then if you look, we've added a few things like tomatoes, and we've added green onions as well. We've added some more zucchini. And then if we go over here, we got a little bit of zucchini and then about 3 to 4 rows of actual corn. And those, surprisingly, have been coming up pretty well since I think it was only a couple weeks ago when we actually planted that, so I'm really happy. Then we got chilies, we got basil. Basil we've had to do here and there. And then if you look in here, those are the green beans. Now there is a little bit of plucking that I need to do in the garden, as you can tell, but right now it's not that bad. And if you look, those are actually bamboo sticks that we're going to use for the green beans to actually climb up on. So yay for bamboo. And then you guys remember the potatoes? Look at them now. They are going crazy along with our lettuce. If you look, we got some So before my cameraman cut me off, I was saying look at the little broccoli heads that were coming up, but you know, miscommunication. Anyway, so if you guys looked, there was a few new items. Like, I didn't really get to go into detail with it because my cameraman wasn't, going slow enough. But yesterday we had planted, like I said, tomatoes. There was cabbage that we put it down as well. And I'm going to get some more cabbage eventually to put in. And I'm going to show you a couple of the seeds that I got, that we got started up the front that you guys didn't get to see, along with some of the items that we've got to expand our garden. So as you guys seen, we had roped off an area when we first started our garden. Well, we're starting to expand, and when you expand, you got to get more stuff, right? So we went out yesterday and we got some more of this, which this will expand to the outer limits of where we have our border already. And then I've got a couple more sticks over here to actually stake into the ground to keep it all together, you know what I mean? And there that goes, because, that's just how it goes. So, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys the different seeds that we got going right now. Now, I would like to get some cabbage seed, which I think I'm going to do this week. For the reason being, when we first started doing our garden, we were buying plants at Lowe's, which anybody knows, you're looking about $4 to $5 per plant. And I'm like, why do that when I can get the seeds, do the starters, and do it all by hand? Now, I should have done this in the spring, but realistically, this is my first time gardening. It's a learning experience. So, you learn, you live, you grow. So, as soon as I can get all these going. So, the first thing that I also got was lettuce. Now, if you guys looked in the video, the lettuce is doing extremely well, and it's about to be almost that time here in probably like another week or two where that lettuce can come out of the garden. So I want to get some more lettuce seeds started, and then that way when we take that out, I can, put other ones in there as well and restart the process. So, we're just going to kind of wait on it. Now, you guys seen the broccoli plants. Those were one of the plants that we actually did buy in the beginning. So, they were already started. I did start some broccoli as well. If I remember, I did 12 lettuce, 12 broccoli. And then I've also got eggplant as well. Now, me personally, eggplant is good, especially if you're doing like an eggplant parm or a veggie lasagna. And I got some of these to do as well because they're going to yield quite a bit. And, like I said, part of the goal here is to have enough where we can take a little bit, you know what I mean, and then the rest gets to go to the community. As I've been talking about, the gathering is a place that I would love to donate to, and maybe some of the local shelters as well, or just within our neighborhood, because the way that our town is set up, there's a lot of homeless in this town. It's not something that is hidden. It's been something that's been following us for a couple years within the city. So I figured, if someone comes by and, they're hungry or if they want something, I can offer them some fresh options that they probably wouldn't have. And also, in the summer, we got grilling going on. So if it's something that they want cooked or whatever, we'll put some stuff on the grill. We'll cook it up for them, serve it to them, the whole 9 yards. Now, another thing I did get, which is peas. Now, these were the easiest to sow. When it comes to lettuce seeds, if you never did a garden before, they are like BS. I'm just saying that. Like, they're so tiny. And luckily, peas are not that way. So I did plant, I think, about 12 peas. So I got 12 peas, 6 of these, 12 of the broccoli, 12 of the lettuce, and then I also did 6 of the spinach as well. So those are all starting out front, and then once that time comes where I transfer them, some of that stuff is going to be out of the garden by that point, like the lettuce. Now the potatoes, I can let them go, pretty much of the year, and then dig them out, and I'll actually have starters as well, because, things grow at a different rate and they're forth. So I've been looking into options too, for like different things to preserve or set up bags. That's something I am thinking about in the future as well, because, if someone who doesn't have a home but wants some fresh fruits or vegetables, well, the strawberries, they're doing good, but realistically, we're not going to yield that much this year. But next year, it's just going to go crazy. So, when I've been trying not to pick the strawberries, so that way it can reseed into the ground. But there's an issue. They're good. They're like so super good. If you've ever bought a strawberry in the store, it does not do justice to what you can grow in a garden. And I'm hoping also, as the year goes on, those blackberry bushes are going to keep maturing and maturing. This year, we also know with them, we're not going to get a whole bunch out of them. We are hoping to get some elderberries, but currently right now, I don't know what's going on with the individual who's got the elderberry plants. You got to kind of get people's life story, you know what I mean? So they may have things going on or whatever, but it is something that we are looking into. So with that being said, it's a process, whichever thing is. And, this is our first garden ever trying to garden. So, you get your mishaps. Like, we had planted some things up front, and the seeds were old anyway. They were gifted to us, but we tried it. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. It's kind of why I start mine up front and then move them to the garden. So that way, if anything doesn't grow or it doesn't work out, then I can just put something else there, and it saves space in the garden. Because the last thing you want to do is plant some stuff and you don't get everything planted, or what it may be. Plus, to me, it just seems easier. Take that plant, move it over. So that's kind of where we're going at. I do want to take the time to thank those of you guys who are on Patreon. You guys are helping us buy the garden. By the way, for anybody buying tarot readings too, you guys are helping as well. I know some of you have bought tarot readings off me. Some of you have bought spell work off of me. And when you guys do that, you're actually supporting me, because this is what I do. So this just helps support me, buy things for the house, buy things for the garden. Like, when I say this is a labor of love, it's a labor of love. Like, I'm actually taking not only, what you guys are giving, I'm taking what I'm earning, what the hubby's earning, and we're expanding it. It's just like the other day, he was telling me, he's like, it's so beautiful. He's like, I've always watched my dad garden, but this is the first time that I've actually gardened. And, like, just watching the progress makes me happy, because it's something that I've done. And, that's the thing. Like, I'm one of those weird people, too, who talk to my plants. I'm like, you're growing so big and all that. And, for both of us, it's fun for us to watch it and to see it grow. And if we can eventually acquire that land, which I know some of you have been asking about, which I'm going to go ahead and dive into. We've got the paperwork. We've got the application fee, so that's fine. One of the things that we do have to show is like our bank statement to show, hey, we have the money there. We can buy the land. We can take care of the land. I'm waiting for July for a few reasons. One, it gives me enough time to not only put what it would be for the land, but have a little extra to make it look like we got some cushion room, you know what I mean? And also, as you guys know, when we got this house a couple years ago, it's been kind of a work in progress. Like, I don't have bunches of money to throw into my house and fix everything and all that. But what we have started doing over the last few years, especially this year, since this is our actual first year of owning it. Like, it's in our name. No more paying somebody for it. You know what I mean? So we've actually started working on the outside, getting it looking good. And you're probably asking, well, how does that have anything to do with what you're trying to acquire? Well, think of it like this. I got to go in front of a committee eventually, because that's how they do it. You do the paperwork, you do that, you tell them what you want to do. You go in front of the committee, you explain everything you want to do basically over again in front of a council of people. So the goal is to show them this is what the house looked like when we first got it. This is what it looks like now. This is what we got going on with this garden. This is why we want to acquire this land to expand that garden. And plus, realistically, it gives the kids a little bit more safe space to actually do stuff in. The dogs as well. And, allows us to still provide for our community. Still be able to do things for our community. Plus, during the fall and winter months, instead of having to acquire different, or even in the summer, even in spring, to acquire certain spaces, we can have them over here. Because the way that I've got it envisioned in my mind, for if we can get this land and actually acquire it, right, is that I can set it up to where the garden's bigger, but we have a space for, to do rituals, to do gatherings, to do community days where, like, we invite the whole community to come down and just have, like, lunch with us or a picnic with us. So, it's kind of one of those things that we're working on right now. And the places, like I said, that I want to donate are, the gathering, maybe some shelters that need it, and local people around here as well. So it gives people options, which to me, that's what it's about. Like, I've always been the type of person where I love my community, and I want to leave more on this world than what I came into, if that makes sense. And I think if everybody did that, this world would be a lot better. I'm not going to lie, I have my bad days. I have days where I just don't want to do anything. Or I just don't want to be around people. And, you can't really see that as a bad thing because we all need our time, right? And we all need our space. So, by doing this garden and doing the work, even when I'm in that mood of where I just want to be by myself, I'm still able to do things hands-on that have meaning. That's going to be something for somebody, And that's what I love about that. One thing I do want to address, kind of like in this whole garden update, is, like I said, when you guys support me, no matter what way you support me, you're helping us out. You're helping us achieve some stuff. And I know that we've had a few people come to this channel who are either tarot readers themselves or other parts of different communities coming in, trying to bash us and things like that. And here's what I gotta say. One, this is not only a tarot reading channel. Two, we do more than what you think. What you see versus what you do. And I know there's always that thing of, like, with tarot reading, oh, you shouldn't charge, or you should. Well, I do charge. But the money that I acquire doesn't only go for myself, it goes for my community. So just remember, you're not getting everything that you think you are. And hopefully you can find clarity and a purpose in life. And I wish the best for you. And I wanted to put that out there. because I think it's something that gets lost. You know, people have all different opinions and all different views. That's why I say no two witches are the same. Just like no two tarot readers are the same, no two community leaders are the same. But in the end, I know where my heart is, and it's in my community. So, with that being said, I also want to say thank you to the new subscribers. You guys don't realize how that helps. Also, if you want to help out even more, like our videos, share our videos, comment. Because the more that you do, like, you know, as subscribers, it helps push us out further and further and further. And I know we got a lot of people from different states, different countries. And you guys, I know you feel like you can't really do much because you're not close and you're not local. But just by being a subscriber, you guys do so much. And I know some of you haven't seen me in a while. Hit the notification bell on all notifications. Because if you don't, you ain't going to see me, baby. And it's just the way the algorithm pushes certain videos. But I feel like I've got off topic, off the garden, but it all kind of goes together, you know what I mean? Either way, thank you guys so much for your love and support. Thank you guys for, you know, believing in what I do on this channel. And, you know, hopefully we can all grow together. But also, a friendly reminder, next week on our Monday uploads, I will be talking about energy work, magic, manifestation, how to energy manipulate, and all that fun witchy shit, right? So please stay tuned, and always remember, no two witches, which to say.